A pleasant good morning to all viewers. I am Christell Blackman, a research analyst at Yale University. Thank you for having me featured on today's episode of Beyond the Headlines. It is a pleasure to be part of the discussion on diversity, leadership, and management in education, with a focus on the underrepresentation of minority ethnic groups in the United Kingdom and how this issue relates to the Caribbean context. There's a lot in store, so stay close to your screen. As usual, this is a live broadcast, so you can send your questions in on our live chat and I'll be ready to answer them. To kick things off, let's pay attention to the picture displayed. Okay, that's Indeed, in an ideal world, this is how it should be. So I already have my first question. What statistics do I have to prove my stance? And that's a good question. In the UK, despite a diverse student population, minority ethnic educators, particularly Black, Asian, and other minority groups, remain underrepresented in school leadership roles. According to the Department for Education, in the 2023-2024 academic year, 92.5% of head teachers were white British. Although 16.8% of teachers identified as minority ethnic, they are far less visible in senior leadership roles. Mind-blowing, right? But hold on, there's more. ResearchGate also reports that 46% of schools in the United Kingdom have no Black or Asian teachers at all. This contrasts with Caribbean countries such as Trinidad and Tobago and even Guyana, where there is more racial balance among educators. Thank you for that question. And question number 2 is in. Why did I choose this topic? Audience, this issue resonates with me personally. As a child who experienced colorism, teased for having a fair complexion, I understand the sting of being judged for your appearance. Teachers also thought I was rich because I had a fair complexion, which was far from the truth. These experiences, combined with my goals as a teacher to work internationally, fuel my passion for addressing and raising awareness on equality in education. Let's go. Keep the questions coming. As we await the next, please read this quote aloud. A powerful quote indeed. Question 3 is in one time. What are the barriers that contribute to this disparity of inequality and discrimination? And I have identified 2 primary barriers. The first being structural inequalities in recruitment practices. So for example, a qualified Black teacher may be overlooked for a head teacher role because hiring panels often select candidates who fit the school culture, a subjective standard that can exclude those from different cultural or racial backgrounds. And number 2, bias and discrimination in the hiring and evaluation process. Even when not intentional, unconscious biases can affect how minority ethnic candidates are perceived during interviews or performance reviews. For example, an Asian teacher might be described as not assertive enough for leadership, even if they demonstrate effective communication and discrimination due to the stereotypes about quietness or submissiveness of that race. Can you imagine this? Can we go local, please? Absolutely. I love this question. In the Caribbean, there's often more racial balance among teachers, but leadership can still be influenced by other types of inequality. The first being colorism, which is when you judge someone based on how light or how dark their skin is. And number 2, class, if you are rich or if you are poor. These 2 can affect who gets promoted to leadership roles. For example, in Jamaica, 78% of senior bank employees are of a fairer complexion. In St. Vincent, urban teachers access more development programs than their rural counterparts, giving them an edge in promotions. These artifacts show that leadership in the Caribbean can be influenced by other types of inequality. Some people may be treated unfairly, not because of their race, but because of where they come from, how they speak, or how they look. How do you feel about this? And I hope it answers your question. All in all, it has been a great experience here. Thank you Beyond the Headlines for featuring me. If you have any further questions or any other thoughts, please feel free to email me at christell.blackman@yale.edu. This email will be displayed on your screen. So take a look. I would love to know how you feel, and I would love to answer any questions that you may have. As we close, bear in mind, underrepresentation of minority ethnic educators in the United Kingdom exposes deep systematic barriers. Though the Caribbean shows more racial diversity in teaching, leadership remains influenced by colorism, class, and even geography. To ensure fairness, both regions must commit to breaking down these barriers and creating leadership pipelines that reflect the communities they serve. I hope this information was useful and that we can have further interactions. Have a blessed morning.